so we are going to my rheumatologist today. It is 9:10. My appointment's at 9:45. He's gonna do, I think they're actually called nerve block injections. I knew them as trigger point injections, but I think they're nerve block. And then at 12:30 I have my infusion, which will usually last like 3 hours. I'm just interested to see my blood test results from the last week because I have a feeling I'm probably anemic again and probably need an iron infusion. So yeah, hopefully get blood test results today, and hopefully I have a good infusion, and I'm gonna try to get a video of the injections, maybe do a time lapse. So yeah, that's it. We're just gonna drive over to the office. This parking lot is absolutely horrible. Hey guys, so I actually wasn't able to get a video. I wanted to do a time lapse of my injections, and the spot on Max is right there. The spot that I was planning on putting my phone for the injections to take the video, I guess I like forgot kind of how the room was set up, so I kind of like I didn't have space to put it up, so me and Adrian kind of tried to like shift things. No, we couldn't do it, so which is fine. So I got I got 4 injections total. So I got 4 injections total. I have 2 up here and then 2 in my lower back. I'll show you guys in a second. But it's a corticosteroid and an anesthetic. So the anesthetic would wear off today, but the corticosteroid can last the 2 months until I have to get them again. So this is only my second time getting them. I got them 2 months ago, and they really helped. I mean, you can't see it, but like I have an insane amount of like, it feels like my neck is gonna snap with how tight it is. So I got the injections here to loosen it. What I was really pissed off about, like pretty pissed off about, was that I said, you know, I really need to talk to you about medication, and I just wanted to shift things around a little bit so that, because I'm using pain medication. I've been taking, I think it's Percocet. I don't know what I'm taking actually. It's an opioid. That's all I know. And I don't want to take it. Like, it makes me feel horrible, and I get really nauseous. I don't like it, and I don't want to be taking it. So I said to him, like, I've been taking painkillers, and I don't want to be taking them. And I was like, you know, can we play around with the medication? And he was like, oh, well, how much of the Lyrica are you taking? And so I'm taking, currently I'm taking 3 100 milligram pills. So I'm taking 300 milligrams of Lyrica. And he's like, okay, well, why don't we up it to 450? And see how it goes. And it's just been like, since I started seeing him, every time I see him, all he's doing is increasing the dose of the Lyrica, and like that's the opposite of what I asked him to do. So I was texting my mom, and basically what the plan is that I'm gonna try upping the Lyrica. If it doesn't do anything, I'm going to talk to him about weaning myself off of it and seeing if, you know, if I come off of it, if I'm gonna be in like this unbelievable amount of pain. I don't know what's gonna, I have no idea. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna find a doctor at Columbia, in the city, to have a second opinion for the rheumatology, so that I can maybe get on a better pain management, you know. I'm also thinking about seeing a pain management doctor too. There's just so much, you know, that I kind of really have to sort through. This one's crazy. Max, you want to come here? Okay, Max. I was just gonna lay down on my lap. So that's probably everything. Yeah, I'm kind of upset with him with the increasing the Lyrica, but that's pretty much it. I have my infusion in about an hour. I'm just going to relax for like 20 minutes. The last time I had these injections, I didn't have any pain afterward. I'm having a lot of pain from it right now, but that's okay. One of them is going to be badly bruised, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I believe that is everything. Yeah. So I will see you guys in a bit. So I figured since I'm home for the next like 10-15 minutes or whatever, that I would drink my cow plasma. Fun. No, I mean, I'm getting used to it. It's easier to drink it now. It's not as bad as, like, I've gotten used to it. It's not as bad as it was when I first started drinking it, so I just have to remind myself to do it again tonight. So I'm hooked up to my fluids, and me and the nurse were talking about, you know, that I should have some sort of an ambulatory pump, and that I should just be able to get these at home and be able to set myself up on it, and take myself off, which is exactly what I want. And she's pretty frustrated with the fact that I don't have any long-term, we don't know what to do in the long run with the pots. So, because this takes 3 hours, and I'm stuck to an IV pull in my doctor's office. So, we just have to figure out what to do, and figure out the safest option, and she agrees with that I should have some sort of central line. Going in my veins. Infusion went alright. About to get my car. So we ran into a bit of a problem at the end of my infusion. We had checked my blood work from last week, and although everything looks mostly okay, my platelets are really low. So, not really low, but they're low. They're completely out of range. They're completely out of the healthy range. So we ran into a little bit of a problem, and that doesn't even begin to describe the amount of blood that was on my arm that I was able to keep on my arm and not on my sweatshirt. So I'm gonna have to go wash this. So I stopped at Walgreens on my way back, and I got chips and pretzels and chocolate, because God knows I need that today. So honestly, I'm just going to like eat and enjoy life because I need to. There's Twix, not Trix, Kit Kats, and then pretzels and chips. Okay, last thing I promise. So these are my like discharge paper things from when I leave my doctor's office. This isn't even my house. Keep in mind, this is Adrian's house. Here, you walk into the living room. There's 2 here, and probably more other places. So I don't even live here, and these are everywhere. These things follow me. So I just wanted to bring this up quickly. I got blood work back today from the blood they took a couple days ago, like 4 or 5 days ago. 4 days ago. And the only thing that came back that was out of range was my platelets. Makes sense. My IV site bled everywhere. I got an injection. One of my injections in my back wouldn't stop bleeding from this morning, so it does make sense that my platelets are low. But she was like, oh, well, I don't understand why you feel sick all the time. And she said it almost in a condescending way where, like, you look okay and your numbers are okay, therefore, you know, I don't know what's going on with you. And I just wanted to kind of relay that you really can't base how somebody feels on the way they look, like just to the naked eye how they look, or even based on numbers from blood work or other test results. There's no test to test pain. You know, pain happens to people sometimes with no known cause, or just, you know, we haven't, you know, a cause that we haven't gotten to in our research, you know, recently. And there are probably people out there that feel a lot better than I do, and their numbers are like horrible. So you really can't base, no matter what you see or what somebody's test results say, you really can't base that on how they actually feel. You know, and Adrian told me not to take offense to what she said, because he was like, keep in mind that you have all these doctors stumped, you know, that they don't know what to do with you, and that you've exhausted all these other treatment options. So like, he was saying, don't take offense to what a nurse said about the situation when you're working things out with doctors, and, you know, we're all like at a loss as to what to do. So yeah, sometimes you can't always trust your eye. That's all I'm going to leave you guys off with. And one last thing that I was thinking about today is that she actually saw me 2 days before I was admitted to the hospital when I had this bad infection this last time. And I had an iron infusion on Monday, and I was admitted to the hospital on Wednesday with a fever of like 104.5 with an infection that was, you know, my fever didn't break for like 2 or 3 days, and it was so severe, but we don't even know the cause of that infection at all. But I was in the hospital for like 10 days or 11 days or something like that, and she saw me on Monday and I was fine on Tuesday as well. And I woke up Wednesday and was just immediately sick, and that's how all of my infections go. So I went from being okay to being like in the hospital, really, really sick. Like, I was going through refeeding syndrome. I've spoken about this, I think, in other videos. But like, just because I was okay Monday and I was okay Tuesday doesn't mean that what happened Wednesday was, you know, that it was wrong, you know, that my blood was okay on Monday, so then why was I sick on Wednesday? Like, stuff just happens, especially with people who have conditions that are so complex, like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome for me, and then my colitis problems, and all of these other problems that aren't even associated with the EDS. And I mean, this goes for people who have complications with any chronic illness, that things really sometimes just don't make sense, and we just really need to keep making you know, forward movements with experimentation and stuff like that, and studies. So yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to say. So yeah. So the reality that I forget sometimes is that no matter how hungry I can be, my stomach is still very sick. So I had the Twix, and I had just like a few chips, and then I was trying to stay away from food in general just now, just because my stomach kind of started hurting, and so I put a heating pad on my stomach. But then pretzels sounded really good, so I literally had like 2 sticks, and my stomach hurts. So I forget my reality sometimes, I guess you could say. I'm sorry if today's been a bit serious. It's my, you know, like, one super medical day this week, so yeah. And I didn't want to spend any more money on myself, and I was getting the snacks in hopes that it would deter me from getting food out, but I'm going to Chipotle. So that's happening. Okay, so I'm back. I got my Chipotle. We're watching the Washington versus Celtics game, and we want Boston to win, the Celtics to win. It's game 7, and they really kind of should have won last game, but they kind of didn't do well in the last little bit. But I had my Chipotle.
I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the night. But I did want to say, and I don't want to deter anybody from getting these trigger point injections because they helped me immensely 2 months ago when I had them done. But I just wanted to say that it's very difficult to see, you know, how you're going to react to it. I didn't have any pain at all after the injections. I didn't have any pain anywhere at all. It helped the you know, like tender areas, and it worked. This time, got them in pretty much the same location. A lot of pain. I do know that this passes in a max of 3 days. So I know, and I'm not working right now, so I know that it just needs to run its course. But I just want to say, you may react to it, and if you feel like it helped you, you know, go back and have it done again. If you, you know, you can't ever really be sure with how you react to these things, but in my opinion, at least, the 1 to 3 days of pain is a lot better than the, you know, however, the 2 months of whatever pain you're dealing with. So I actually want to end the vlog now, even though it's only 8:30. I just want to chill for the rest of the night. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching.